Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Daffy? What's up, John? How y'all doing? Good morning, good morning. What's up, SF? How you doing? Good morning, Chuck. Good morning, everybody who's joined so far. I'm gonna give it like 7-8 more minutes and then we'll start. Give people a little bit of time to join. Plus, Spy's pumping, so I want to give it a little bit of time so I don't have to set a plan and then it changed right before open or right at open. Which it looks like we're looking for a breakout over 458.30s for continued strength into supply between 459 and 459.40. And if we get a pullback first, we'll see if we can hold the previous day high supply, which is between 457.67 and 457.78, which also lines up with the extended hours high before we had our pre-market session. So if we can push over that, we just need to hold it. We're already bullish breakout right now. Continuation is going to be over 458.30s, like I said, towards that blue area above. And if we crack down under previous day high supply, this could be seen as a better pullback spot for bears. But again, you're probably going to want to wait to see the break of 456.90s. Which really, it looks like I need to set the previous day close. 456.90, yeah. So it looks like that's going to work either way, so we can go ahead and delete that. But that'll be our initial break below. And then, of course, we have the actual pre-market low. That'll be a good first target, which is very close to the yesterday open. So that's a great first target if we do break down under the previous day close at 456.90s. Again, towards previous day open, today's low of extended hours / pre-market low. And then, of course, you have demand under that. So if we do crack under that, you have a very good solid area to look for either a base build or to see if they want to continue to break it down further. But you should get some more bullish continuation this week. The only thing that's going to possibly throw you off is earnings. Again, you have a lot of really good bullish momentum coming into this week. The only thing that's going to throw anything off is earnings. So let me pull up that list. I wish we could send pictures in the YouTube chat, but we can't. YouTube sucks. But here's the earnings for the week, though. So you can see very, very filled up, and we talked about this very heavily last week. I just realized they added the tickers finally. They haven't done that in ever, but very useful. But like we said last week, sorry, going off topic again. Last week we talked about how many earnings there were last week. It wasn't just the amount of Fed news or Fed speakers. There was also a ton of earnings. We had Meta, you had all kinds of weights. Now look at the weights you have this week. You know, you could instantly see the Amazon and Apple logo on Thursday after close. Huge weights for the market. And there's huge weights on every single day. Now, some of them might not be as important, but as you can see, though, a ton of very important companies. So be very careful moving into that one. Moving into this week's trades is what I'm trying to say. I wouldn't be looking to risk super heavy every single thing you go. I wouldn't be swinging a lot this week. There's a lot of hectic earnings, so definitely going to get a lot of crazy movement. Good morning, Peoples. Good morning, Other John. Good morning, Purple Mango. How are y'all doing? Glad to be back. Should be streaming pretty much every day. If we're not going to be streaming on here, you'll see live trades on Tuesday and Thursday on chat in the Discord. Week off was good. Week off was great. I had some of my best swing trades last week. It's crazy too, because I was like, this is my off week, and I was still in chat more than most people. I was still, you know, going through my routine. I was still doing my usual things. I just wasn't streaming. That's the only thing. Can't wait for it to end. Oh, for ER to end. Yeah, for real. Earnings season's always a pain in the ass. Because it's not like you can be bullish or bearish during them. Like outside of earnings, you should be bullish. You know, the charts look good. We have China momentum building up, so that should help out our markets as well. But then another thing is, you know, once we get past these earnings seasons, you know, if everything that came out and everything was good and we're still holding really good on the charts, that could even cause more concern for possible higher upside. You know, we could see all-time highs if earnings sends us through it right. I mean, we all know the most famous stock in the entire world, Apple. You know, they're getting close to wanting to going to test 200. That could definitely help out the market push higher. This is the heaviest weight, so keep that in mind. Could we actually do, like, I don't want to say we could see all-time highs before the end of the year, but there is a pathway. So I just want to point that out. There is a pathway to seeing all-time highs, especially if earnings season holds up very well. But we've waited long enough. Let's go ahead and get started, everybody. Who's all on the stream? Give me a thumbs up or an emoji to let me know that you are ready to move forward. So I want you guys to be on the same page as me. If you guys want to as well, you can reply to me in the Trade Floor Discord. It's free to type in this channel. So if you'd like to come in here, try not to type all caps. Try not to type cuss words, because if you don't have a role in chat, it will mute you. So, and if it mutes you, just message me. I'll unmute you. But come in here if you have any other questions or charts or anything else you want to drop in here. People always ask, like, where should I drop my other info? You know, I can't drop pictures on YouTube. Bring them here. I'm glad to read whatever, glad to look over whatever, send whatever, tickers, pictures, anything you have here. I will go over it. I will look at it. So go ahead and send it there if you need. But good morning to everyone on YouTube. All right, so moving forward, and I'm going to kind of be typing on my Discord because I can't see. Sorry, somebody said something funny. So here, let's go. So SPY, we're gonna start with SPY, as always. So SPY, and yes, I do have a silent keyboard. You might hear it, but it's a lot more quiet. So, and that isn't really something I bought. This is my old keyboard. I broke my newer keyboard, which is the loud one you guys always hear. I didn't realize my old one was so quiet. They made the keys on the old one very loud, or new one very loud. So hopefully y'all won't hear that as much. All right, so I'm gonna type. Already seen a bullish breakout over previous day high supply. What's next is to watch if we continue over 458.35, or do we need to see a continued hold of previous day high supply between 457.67 dash 457, just say 80, just round it up. Below this range, or no, I said below this area, we can see heavier pullback towards, what was the level that we talked about? 457, because that's the next level marked. 456.90s, really. I'll type that. 456.90s, where previous day close is, as well as a bigger time frame level. But we're not going to sit here and type all morning. Heavier pullbacks can occur from a break under 456.90s towards pre-market low and previous day low demand. Get our cute little screenshot here for everybody and send it. I'm not gonna send that out yet because I want to type an actual list. So let's go through a couple other tickers. But does that make sense so far with what we're looking at, everybody? I mean, I kind of discussed it with y'all before making it on the list, but we're all good though. Everybody understands what we're looking at for here. $4.59. What up, another ninja? What's up, Teresa? What's up, David? Lilit? What's up, Green Candlestick? Good morning to each and every one of you. Sorry, guys, we've already started, so I'm just kind of looking at SPY right now, going over the watch list for the pre-market prep. Right now, all we have typed up is that we've already seen a bullish breakout over the previous day high supply. What's next is to watch if we continue over 458.35 towards 459, 459.44 range, or do we need to see it continue to hold the previous day high supply between 457.67 and 457.80. Below this area, we can see a heavier pullback towards 456.90s, where previous day close is. Heavier pullbacks can occur from a break under this area towards pre-market low and previous day low demand. So we've kind of gone over just direction again, where we're at, what can possibly happen for bulls if they just hold this and break out, what can happen if they break this and pull back. We've talked about either side. We're, again, not biased. I mean, I might be slightly bullish, but I'm not going to sit here and make up shit for either side. It feels good to have a non-biased opinion for both sides, so make sure you guys understand that. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, everyone on stream. Back to typing. So we did SPY, talked about upside, downside, all kinds of different scenarios there. Talked about earnings season, the different earnings that are going on. Let's try to figure out what extra stock picks we want to put on here for the day. Which I might have to do AMD because they're looking really good. Here's their previous day open. I mean, they're basically just looking for a breakout over previous day high, or this, not even previous day high supply, it's multiple day supply. But if they can break out over that, that's looking good. Maybe a good retest over. Could see good rejections from it too. Let's not just talk about upside. Really good positioned bears could pop up there, so we'll see if they reject or they want to keep it in. I want to add NVIDIA to the list, but I don't want to make anything up. So let's see what we can get here. Previous day close, previous day open. So that's a tiny area not to trade in between. Let's just go ahead and highlight it. If you want to as well, you can always just highlight your range back here and then right click it and then add a couple days to it, because then you can just make it super accurate and then move it over. You don't need to, you know, highlight all the way to the right. You don't need to be super OCD about it. And let's get our previous day high supply. So here's our previous day high. Here's the open of the last green candle before the reversal. Good rejection, continuation. So that'll be our previous day high supply. If you guys would like a video on this, there is an open, I think it's one of my latest videos actually. If you go check it out, it breaks all of this down. And now we'll get our previous day low demand. So we're going to get the low. And honestly, normally we go up to the top of the last red candle before the reversal, which would be about right here. So I'm just going to include this level here. I like to include the bigger time frame levels. So we're just going to include all of it, move it over. And yeah, it's like, wow, this chart's filled up now. Yes, but at least we have it's full of information though. Now I know who has control where. So that could be a good one we keep on watch. I guess I will just send out that list. Where's Kindred? So if you are in the Discord, make sure to go to the Reason Over Risk channel. This is a channel where me, Daffy, and Leland all post our personal plays for swings, day trade, scalps, TA, quizzes, homework, anything you think of, it goes in here. I'm also going to start doing extra charting sessions for people that have access to this channel on my Kick. So you're going to want to have access to this so you can have extra private streams. So definitely check that out. But let me continue so I don't forget what I'm doing. So we got SPY. Let's see if everybody in chat's good. Also the daily updates channel in chat. That, I mean, that's self-explanatory. Daily updates. It's a really, really good channel. Really good information. Which today, if you guys want to test a kick afterwards, we can. I really do want to test that out, just to see how it works and to see if we actually can do everything we want. So we'll try that out on Kick here later after this stream. I'll go over there and I'll start like a short stream, but I just want to do it for testing purposes. And then we can do all of our extra whatever. Good morning, David, Daffy. Good morning. Oh, I already saw y'all. My bad. Mikey, welcome to the Loyal Supporter Gang. Glad to have you on board. Just now saw that. My bad. Thank you for welcoming them green. Good day, Mighty One. Busy week, but watched a couple of videos, learned about the 4 trading strategies. This channel is full of knowledge. Thank you, David. Why are all the Davids super cool? If you want to have a cool son, just name him David. But guys, anybody who is signed up to the channel, especially Mikey right there that just got the access, make sure to go to the membership section. Look at that. I'm the owner. I haven't even been a member. But check out this info. There's today we posted, or yesterday, sorry, at like 7 a.m. I posted everything for this week. But if you scroll down, there's almost like 60 videos in here. So I go to the very beginning, check out all the cool information we have. But yeah, a lot of really good videos, a lot of really good content. I put a lot of value into the things I put behind my membership videos. I don't want people to just be like, oh, I pay $5 a month, you better give me everything I deserve. And that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Whoops. Alright, so previous day high here on Tesla. Let's get the open of the last green candle before the reversal. So they need to hold that area. If they can hold this tiny area here between this 40-cent area, that can be very bullish for Tesla, which I like the push up. I like the continued hold. If they continue to get this, this looks like it's going to launch right at open. And if they lose this support, look for them to break support under previous day close. So let me just go ahead and mark that red, I guess. But that's not the death level again. So you see how we like how there's like a push up and then there's consolidation here, and this could give it a chance to move up. It's the same thing right here. You know, they have this push up, they sat here, they held, they pushed up, they sat here, they held, they pushed up, they sat here, they held. So what else can we look under for a break below? The demands of this reversal upwards. So you can see before they reverse back up, they had the high of the red candle to the low of the red candle. So that's an area of short-term demand. No, you should not mark this everywhere, every single time you see a little hill or a hump or anything. Focus on just doing your highs and lows for now. But over time, you'll start to notice, oh, wow, you know, this extended move up or extended move down, I could have drawn very easy supply or very easy demand. You saw it on my SPY chart on the way down. You're going to see it on Tesla on the way up. So we'll get this one as well. And then if it does pull back, we know what to look for. So I'm going to go ahead and mark those levels so we can actually see what numbers they are. And then under that's the yesterday open. So by the time it gets there, you shouldn't be continuing to get new plays. So serious breakdowns can happen under, or short-term breakdowns, sorry, can happen under previous day close, can happen under this level here. But serious, very strong, very ugly, nasty pullbacks can happen under 263.90 to 264.50. If they crack this area, retest off it with a single candle retest, a midterm retest, a full retest, it does not matter. It can get a very nasty pullback all the way down to the lower 260. So keep that in mind. I might have to add Tesla on the list today. Let me add it real quick. Oh, whoops. I didn't even mark the pre-market high. What am I doing? This keyboard's throwing me off. Alright, so I'll do above 268.10, stop loss at 266.85, target 270, 271, 272. Below 266.50s for scalps. below 263.90 to 264.50 for more serious potential pullbacks. And that's it. I'm gonna do my little green dots, make it a little easier to look at. All right, y'all have my full attention. We're done. We're good. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, glad to have you all back. Love you all. Good morning, Chloe. Good morning, Kim. Father's back. All week. What's up, E? Who forgot to give a thumbs up over half? Oh. I thought you were talking to me at first. Like, I swear I didn't. But yeah, drop a like on the stream, guys. It helps out the channel a lot. You guys know me, though. I'm just glad to be back. What level of membership do I need to purchase to get access for all of your TOS scripts with BB levels and spot? You don't have to buy anything to buy my TOS scripts. Also, Abe, when do you ever see me talk about scripts? When do you ever see me in here saying, guys, copy my indicators, you know, copy this, copy that? You can get access to any scripts, indicator sets for free. That's not a paid thing. But join the Discord, figure it out, man. There's a lot of open information. All you gotta do is click on FAQ section, click on upgrade, click on the channels itself. I've gone over many times what the chat covers. But to get to the scripts, though, that's a free thing. You just go to this. I was trying to find it for you. But if you go in the main Discord, you know, you're a member in here, let's say, or whatever. If you go down to the bottom, educational section, we added more channels to here so we can clean up chat. But if you click on free educational section, there's a link here. Takes you to this server. In this server, there's a channel called Indicators, right there, custom indicators. So you have like your pre-market high stuff, you have your pivot points, you have anything you could think of. I mean, true volume is in here, quad layout if you just don't know how to do it is right here. I mean, all kind of indicators are in here. Anything, there's a lot of popular ones that are online right here, and it's because you can make any indicator for free. It isn't like, oh, I have to be some special programmer to know how this works, or I gotta put thousands of dollars to make this indicator pop up on my screen. Indicators are just plotted data. I hope you guys understand this. It's not like when you see a custom indicator, that's nothing fancy. It's just someone plotting data. It's a visual representation of something on the screen. So don't let that stuff throw you off when people say, buy my scripts, buy my indicator. No. That's why we share ours for free, because it's like anybody can make them. Like literally anybody. And I mean that because effectively, Thinkorswim has a custom script thing anybody can mess with. They even teach you how to do it. So clearly, it's not meant to hide away from people. I mean, even Thinkorswim tries to teach people how to make scripts. So, what happened to scenario 12 posted yesterday, or am I bugging? No, you're definitely bugging. No workshop number 12, Dan. I apologize for that. I don't even know where you're getting this, to be honest with you. I don't know what you saw, but yeah, there's no workshop 12. Oh, you know what you probably saw when it comes to number 12? If you go to membership, you're probably thinking of Spy Scenarios 12. So no, you're not tripping about the number 12. I was like, man, what is he thinking about? Oh god, I figured that out. You're just here to listen to BB's voice. Welcome, Charlie. Glad to have you. Man, Dan had me tripping for a second. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, damn, did I have a workshop 12 up? Why would I delete it? Okay, Discord's just messing up now. Okay, cool. Alright, see here. Good morning, Christian. Workshop 12 is the secret video. Yo, Leland's been a member for 3 months. Legend. What's up, Daffy? He said Spy needs to crack that 458.40. Yeah, that's pretty much the only thing in its way. I guess I could try to find one more to post. I really like Netflix and Meta just because they've already had their earnings and they're charts that love to move a ton. So you might see me rechart Meta today on the Kick stream later. And then Netflix, I'm probably going to try to add this to the list more because it actually does move super well. We got their previous day close, previous day open, previous day low, which this pretty much all needs to be highlighted right here. Pretty good base here, could be seen as an actual break below. So 424.20 could be seen as an actual break under. 425.70s could be seen as the initial level, kind of the initiator. They've already rejected twice. This could be seen as a good break under. But again, 424.20 is where that bigger selling pressure could step in at because there's a lot of consolidation there from Friday. So if we see that crack there, could see 422 under 422. You could see whatever the base of this move is here. 420 basically, 419.25. And under 419.25, you have that range that we just marked together. So that could be seen as another good chart to post. I'll post this and then we'll just chill for the last 10 minutes. Before we have at least 3. Above 426.75 to 427.47. Open range breakout. Bubbles towards 428.50 slash 430 and 431. Below 425.75 for scalps towards 424. Below 424.20s towards 421.80 slash 419.25 slash 417.20. Oh my god, Genghis Cash, you're gonna get on my nerves! Oh my god, bro. I swear to God. I just want you to read English. I love you, but damn, Reed. I'm just gonna send you a screenshot. I can't explain all this now. I'm on stream. There's too many people here. Here you go. Some of you amaze me. Top of the morning, React. I love seeing that name pop up. Good morning, Boo Rock. I love seeing that name pop up. Would you like to add Palantir or Sophie? Earnings next week, Palantir, and today, Sophie, respectively. I'm not playing earnings plays. I don't like to day trade things before their earnings. If you want to wait till afterwards, let that IV cool down a little bit, let that premium cost come down a little bit, then we can talk about it. But I have not been actively option trading Palantir or Sophie, however you want to pronounce that. Palantir, though, is a company, though, for the longest time that I have been a full supporter of. If you've been in part of my community, you've heard me talk about Palantir before. We got people into Palantir under $7 a share, basically just because it was one of the ones we liked that were basing out and holding a good low for the longest time. It wasn't even that we liked the company. It was really good risk reward. Now they're killing it. And we had a few like that. We had one Palantir. Well, here, I'll just go through them. I don't know why I'm talking. You're literally watching my screen. But Palantir was one of the ones we talked about a long time ago under 7. We talked about Redfin under 8. We had a bunch of shares at 3. We already trimmed these. I'm not trying to sit here and like, oh, take credit for doing good. No, I'm just talking about good plays we've had that we've had recently a few more of, actually. We had Neo, you know, with the China moves lately. So there's a few that are like lower cost stocks that we're trying to find at like good lows. But you don't want to just start buying up everything, you know, because like there's another company like Funko. Like Funko is a good company like this, but it's not a company I think I'm going to actually risk myself on because it's not something I'm a full believer in. Whereas like Neo, that's China, that's EV. I'm a full believer of that. Palantir, that's a private security company. Beautiful, great, love it. Cybersecurity is going to be the future. Need to be in that. Redfin, they're not just a housing market app. You know, it's a whole lot more than that. You know, so these companies have things I can believe in. Whereas like this chart, you know, it's like, you know, I like the TA, but I don't really like the company. So it's a little different. With Palantir and Sophie, to run back around to your comment, those are companies that I love. They're just not at good risk reward spots now. So it's not like I want to jump into those with more equity positions yet until I see a more favorable part of the chart. Let me get my headset on. Let me get my headset on because there's a guest today. Well, I say guest, but they're going to be back part of the streams again, so let's get them in here.
Yo.
What's up, Devin?
Not too much. Good morning, everybody. Happy Money Monday.
Right as you said, SPY is breaking down. We got under 3 minutes left before the open. SPY is fighting previous day highs. Aren't you excited for all the earnings this week, Devin?
Oh yeah, should get the market going as it was.
Which again, guys, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can catch Devin in the Discord streaming. So make sure you guys check that out when you have time. I will, of course, I'll make sure to promote that when it happens and when it's happening and all the links and all that beautiful stuff.
I think that'll be on the Discord and also on Kick as
On
long
Kick
as
as
everything, as long as it works as it's supposed to.
That's right. I'm gonna test my Kick today after this stream. You can test yours tomorrow, I guess. Or you already tested yours. You don't need to test yours.
Yeah.
Which we'll send links all that and stuff when he's live and stuff, so you guys have it and all that good stuff. Therefore, you guys get streams every single day, no matter if you're at work or not, as well as good updates within the Discord itself.
All right. Mission 2, Mel. Back in action. Print money. Let's see. Nothing really looks too appealing.
Okay.
Tesla, I like Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla was one of my favorites. I had to do a plan on that one instantly. It's just based on where it is compared to yesterday, it just looks really good. Kind of like SPY. It's just in a really good spot. I'm going to go to my flexible grid now. $35 seconds. One more quick rundown of what the game plan is for today, everybody. For SPY, at least. Again, from open. We don't know what's past that. I can't see the future. But we've already seen a bullish break out of a previous day high supply. What's next to watch is if we continue over 458.35 towards 459 and 459.40s range. Or do we need to see a continued hold of previous day high supply, which is what we're seeing now. They're breaking under that. But yeah, below this area, we can see a heavier pullback towards 456.90s, which is where previous day close is. If we get a heavier pullback, it's going to occur under that 456.90 area towards pre-market low and previous day lows. So you can see we are getting a higher open here, but we're getting a slight pullback. So we're going to see basically here on the 5-minute without the extended hours on, are we going to pull back and just fill this gap, base out, and build back up? We're going to sell off, we're going to pump, but the higher open does give slightly bullish momentum to the chart. On daily time frame, 5-minute time frame, doesn't matter. All the time frames.
One thing about the daily that I noticed when I was studying charts this week is every time it comes back to the 9, it just bounces and rips right off of it lately. It's right in the 9 on the daily, which is crazy.
But just enough to trap people too, because like you'll see people get into tons of calls, and then yeah, it might run a little bit, but then anything past that, it's like and you don't get that further extent move, and then people get trapped. It's definitely been a grind up move for sure, but yeah, that 9 EMA has been a make or break basically. Definitely probably one of the strongest closer moving averages we've ever seen. You know, I've tested the McGinley dynamic, which is the fastest moving average line in the entire stock market. You know, I've studied VWAP, any of the EMAs you guys, I mean, all of us have seen the EMAs, but the 9 EMA has always been by far the most effective moving average I think I've ever seen on any chart. If you use any indicator, that would be the one I use. You can see it's not on my screen now, but it is a very easy indicator to look at. Ooh, Darren. Oh, I thought you signed up. Member for 3 months, though, just as good, though, man. You're neck and neck with Leland on the 3 months, I see. And yeah, here in a second, I'll go through some weights. I see Peoples is already ahead of me talking about the Apple rejection at the previous day high. Very good eye, Peoples. And who could tell me what a lot of the top weights are? Does anybody know what some of the top weights are in the S&P 500? Just drop a couple if you know some. I'll talk about those again here in a few minutes. AMD pulled back nice and they're wicking all the way back up. I could get some nice buying pressure. I see Nvidia is getting some nice buying pressure. 457, 467.40s has the buying pressure. Amazon high of day over previous day highs. Same for Tesla. So discretionary sector starting out strong. And so is the communication sector. And that's just by going through the weights. I didn't even bother looking at the weights themselves yet. Healthcare is out of the top 5 sectors, the only one actually pulling back. The rest of these are slowly grinding up, getting off of their higher open, or they're pumping. Again, kind of like your discretionary and comm sectors, those were getting good moves. Healthcare, though, nasty dip. Yeah, Nvidia and Tesla doing good. Good call out. Snapple. David said Amazon, Nvidia. Creator Tread said Apple, Microsoft, Google. David said Apple and Microsoft. That's where mine goes to first, of course, Apple and Microsoft, which it should. It's the heaviest weights in the market. Guess we'll just monitor SPY for a little bit. Perfect rejection on the 1 minute of the previous day high supply. I would like to make that clear. Perfect rejection. So nothing super significant yet, but still nice to point that out. Silent keys now, Devin. Well, I mean, you can still hear them, but nowhere close to the old ones.
Well, that's just because you be slamming your keyboard.
Gotta hammer fist it like I'm in the UFC.
I know you get angry at it, but...
Type faster. You miss Devin? That's good, he's here.
Right here, right now. Drinking some Russian coffee.
John Harden. MU is testing 7150 resistance on the 5 minute. I would have known you meant MU instantly because people in here wish AMD was under $80 a share. I know for a fact 9 out of 10 people in here, if they saw Nvidia or AMD at such a low cost like that, they wouldn't even bother mentioning. It'd just be like, buy. Because we all know damn well those are not worth, you know, that much. That'd be amazing risk reward. No, you're good, Alexis. That was funny. Thank you for correcting the statement, too. If anybody thought you meant AMD, they just haven't been paying attention. So trust me, you're not crazy. Thanks, Devin. I forgot I made my coffee. There you go, Devin. Video's still a nice move into previous day highs. Nothing crazy on that one. Amazon still has good wicks underneath. I see Tesla's already given up that early 5 minute strength. Not liking longs. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Risk reward is telling me that bears are taking control. Ever since this rejection and this retest, bears have taken over on the 1 minute. At a good area, too. That is amazing risk reward right there. Why is it zooming in so weird? Look for a new low of day. This could be a very, very good early morning setup to the downside with a good stop. Basically at the top of this green candle. But again, it's probably not smart to trade the first 10 minutes. Guys, we know damn well how choppy the first 10 minutes can be. You get that up, that down, it ruins the premium. It doesn't really give you good opportunities. So if anything, you should use the first 10 to 30 minutes to grab information, to get information on what the chart has done up to this point. Then you can start to look for trading opportunities. So far, though, I like this rejection in the first 10 minutes on SPY 5 minute. I like it on the 1 minute. I like it on the 30 minute, but again, we have to wait on this one. But so far, these two time frames not looking too bad. So we'll see again next 15-20 minutes if we get more information out of that. We get continued rejections of this area. We get a lower high, maybe a break over it, invalidate all this bearish feel that's on the chart right now. 81 watching, thank you. Please mash the like button to show your support for the wonderful channel. Thank you. Thank you, Sandollar, for saying that. Appreciate that a lot. And regardless of y'all liking the video or not, liking the stream or not, glad to have you all on board. Me and Devin have both taken our fair share of just small breaks. Fully energized, but going to be bringing probably 2 times the amount of streams that we're used to the chat. So hope you guys are ready.
With a bunch of different stuff. If you've been my mentor student, you've kind of seen I've started doing some like daily review questions a couple times a week, and I'm going to be doing more of those moving forward for people. And I might end up making it public, but mostly for that's private. But it's still something cool that I'm working towards doing. Where you got to go back and do different reviews of certain things throughout the day, whether it's finding fib retracements, 3-bar plays, hammers, or whatever, and marking them, making sure you're viewing them and seeing them and understanding them. That's good. All right, we got about 40 seconds left on the 10-minute candle.
See if the 5 minute and the 1 minute shape up a little bit better than this. I do like the slight build they have here. Kind of erasing more of that bearish feel that they had when they broke and retested away from previous day high supply. See if we can get that push over or not. I need to chart Meta and Disney later. 5 minute and 1 minute shaping up a lot better here on the SPY chart. See, they're slowly getting over that previous day high supply right now. Very, very good sign by buyers. A good pushover, single candle retest, a midterm retest. These could both be very helpful. Guys, I also made a playlist that gives you 17 videos. In order, you guys should watch these videos, but it covers anything from how we chart to how we trade to things that go on with our daily routine. Again, adding, deleting, maintaining the charts, anything is in that playlist. I would check out that playlist as soon as you have time. Time for homework. I like your mindset, Don Do. I'm curious to see how y'all handle that this week. Give some homework to some of my private students. Snow is going. Thank you, React, for saying that. I need to actually be looking at snow more, as we talked about last week. That is another one I need to start looking at more. I think we talked about possible base building here because they have so much consolidation here now. So I definitely need to rechart that bigger time frame later. 1 minute still struggling on SPY. Alright, sectors. What's moving, what's not? Tech is sideways. We saw healthcare take a dip. Banks actually holding up very well, looking like they want to extend their gains. Talked about the possibility of gap filling on discretionary and a couple other sectors. They seem to be holding very well, though. SPY trying to move outside of that range still.
Nvidia and Netflix getting some nice moves, like you kind of mentioned.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, Nvidia's gonna be 500 before we know it. That's crazy to say out loud, man. Because we used to talk about Nvidia under like $200.
Nvidia, UNH, there's a lot of tickers that are just like crazy when you look at them now. Even AMD, even like.
My bad, whoever just said that in the YouTube stream. Beast Reacts. If it doesn't pop up in the YouTube stream, you can join the Discord for free, but I just reposted it here in case you couldn't see this link on the YouTube chat. I'll show you what it looks like on my screen. The link's right here. So if you can't see that, then it just didn't send it and I'm dumb. But go to the Discord and grab that link if you need to. Sorry that YouTube is blocking links. That's just YouTube, though. Yeah, they let the scammers come in here, but they won't let me share links to my own stream. Makes sense, makes sense. Good 1 minute close over on the S&P. Cost pulled back to 560. We'll have to also check that one out because we all know how important Costco is to the global economy. A good thing a lot of big economists do, and honestly a lot of just smart people in general in the financial sector, when it comes to looking at, you know, the global economy, the health of it, supply chains, two companies that everyone looks at are Apple and Costco, because these are two companies that have direct control of their supply chain. So if they're struggling, you know the rest of the world is going to be struggling. So it's always good to kind of go off of those two to get tempo in that regard. We got a good 1 minute candle close over. We've seen two candles push up since then towards 458.30s. Besides that, we have nothing else. See if this move holds or not. Just when bears started looking more attractive, bulls within the first 15 minutes of the day push us back over. But again, like I told you guys, the first 10 to 30 minutes, you should be trading very light, if at all, because it's really good for grabbing information, getting a future opportunity ready. You don't always need to jump into these time frames instantly. Just because the market's open doesn't mean you need to be trading every second of it.
Especially within the first 30 minutes on a Monday. No need to rush.
Exactly.
I was talking about Pétion.
Pétion. Ha ha ha. Patient. You guys think INTC can be the next Nvidia move to the upside? Possibly. They are one of the companies deving into AI. Hey B, for SPY, how come you have two levels marked within the zone? You talking about this one right here? I just want to make sure before I zoom in and then try to break down which one it is. I'll just zoom out and show all of them. The 457.70 to 457. Here, I'll show you. Because that's the previous day high supply. I've always drawn. I mean, I'm not gonna say always. I don't always draw both levels. A lot of the time, you just see me draw the rectangle. But I had complaints that people didn't understand what the hell they were looking at, so I started to also draw the price level tool. So that's why you see 2 levels there. I'm going from the high of the move before the reversal to the open of the last green candle before the reversal, which would be this one. The reversal didn't happen from here. It happened from here. The high of the move was here. Open of the last green candle before that reversal was here. So I grabbed these two levels here. I shared these on Friday, right after the market closed. I try to share these SPY levels for the next day, right after the day closes. So, like, right after today closes, you'll have tomorrow's levels. Because I want to make sure you guys get them way beforehand. Alright, so now that we've gotten back above this area, again, invalidating by opening lower, they retested, pushed away, couldn't break the new low of day. So what happened? They built, they pushed up over. Now we're trying to see, can they continue to hold this tinier blue area here? And if so, this gives them very good probability of possibly pushing through 458.32, where we can see more bull step in towards this supply up here. Mikey said, SPY pre-market high target hit out with about 50%. Amazing job, Mikey. Round of applause. All credit to you.
Things that we're really moving are starting to slow down. It's never a good sign. And some things that were looking weak or breaking lower, like Tesla, Google, Apple, Meta, looking like we might reject this pre-market high and yesterday high. Still got about a minute left in the next 10-minute candle. Then we got one 10-minute candle left on our first 30-minute candle at the market. Thirty-minute candles in a pretty interesting spot, right on top of the 9, right on top of yesterday high, pre-market high, all kind of right here.
I know you can't hear it, Devin, but this song has like a ring in the background where it reminds me of Trailer Park Boys.
It's that liquor talking.
It's one of the greatest goofy shows ever. Retesting previous day high supply. That's what I like to see, Deuce. That's what I like to see. Now I know who's paying attention and who's not. You were the GOAT just for typing that. And like, you think like you're helping other people or like you're validating yourself in my eyes. Like, no, you're helping yourself out tenfold. Because you're pointing something out on the chart that's happening as it's happening. Guess what? If it breaks under that, it pushes off of that, you can add more info to what you've now, gone over. It's all about getting info, increasing probability, really making yourself like the trade better, and then applying risk, getting into it and sticking to what you plan, not trying to ignore that. Because anytime you step away from any of those steps, it's an inconsistent variable, and there's no telling where that could lead. You could have huge losses, blow your account, create bad habits. It just no telling what will happen from that one trade, but anything can happen. Still getting a good hold on the 1 and the 5 minute here on SPY, holding over the previous day high supply. Like I said, are we getting a retest, or are they going to try to give us a ugly move to get a lot of people into the trades and then trap them and bring them right back down? So we'll see what happens here. But battling a crucial area, so that's good. We're not just battling some random level. Yeah, Disney is a good-looking chart on the bigger time frames as well, Sandollar, but good point. Talked about Disney getting that higher open, and they are moving higher. That's one of the few charts I like based on the bigger time frames and where they're sitting, positioning. Sitting at good supports. I also like Penn, but I don't like Penn this week because you have DraftKings earnings, I think, this week, if I remember correctly. So I'll probably have to look at Penn next week again. Whoever asked about Ford, just real quick, I went through the chart with some monthly emerging candles, and I went to the weekly to do supply demand real quick. Then I drew a fib from the recent low to the recent high of this recent pump. That's a massive pump. Low 11s up to mid 15s. That's pretty massive, especially for Ford. This isn't an under the radar type company. Everybody knows who Ford is. So that's very impressive. But they are in another good value spot. If they can maintain holding between 1270 and 1330s, this can be a good base building spot for them as long as they hold the golden pocket at 1270s. Which also happens to be just above an actual area of demand from the weekly time frame. So it's not like it's just dipping down to nowhere. It is dipping down to an area where buyers are present. So might want to wait a little bit more because they did just have earnings. But I do like the positioning of this chart as long as it holds between this area and does not break 1270s. Just based off quick TA real quick. I saw you type that and I did read over it. So hope you enjoy that. Back to SPY though. A little bit more important.
JPM on the 10 minutes potentially trying to make a 3-bar play. If anyone wants a good 3-bar play example to go look at, whether it makes the new high or not, yet to be seen, but it's trying to make it happen.
Dondi said, just chug the Red Bull, it's 8:45 a.m. What am I full porting? I replied to him and I said, heart monitors.
Should just go to the gym first thing in the morning. Get yourself woke up like that. Microsoft and Apple showing some more weakness, pushing lower, bringing the Qs a little bit down, farther than SPY.
Oh, they're about to bring us down under low. If they crack low of day, the 1 and 5 minute is set up perfectly for a nice pullback towards 457.
Yep, and 457 is also the midpoint of pre-market high to pre-market low. So if we crack that, we'll be looking good to take it down to the pre-market low at 456, 450, or 455, 99, 456. Nvidia rejected pretty hard after it got above yesterday high. 4 minutes left on our first 10-minute or 30-minute candle. What went from a nice looking green candles looking like a little shooting star action.
Look at that, guys. 457, right where we've been talking about all morning. Daffy also called out puts in the reason over risk channel, and they just pulled in about 73% on this, so make sure you guys are paying attention to the main channel of our chat. Beautiful breakdown by Daffy.
Ain't nothing funny about that.
And the thing is about this channel is this isn't meant for plays. I mean, we do type plays here or ideas, I should say. But we post plans. That's the big thing. Like, every time we post plans, we talk about what we're looking at, what we want to see break down, what we want to see hold, everything. We talk about bulls, bears, what's a possible range. For every chart, you'll never see us just talk about one side or the other. We are always discussing both sides. Also, I can't tell you how many times I talked about bearish confirmation this morning on the 1 and the 5 minute. So I'm not trying to sit here and point fingers and say told you so, but I just want people to pay attention to be on the right side of the trade more. And to understand where we're coming from to increase our probabilities of trade outcome. Again, you don't just want to... Anybody can enter anything. Anybody can shotgun onto the chart. But only an actual trader can snippet out an actual trade in front of him and take it and stick to it, regardless of the outcome.
2-minute candle is getting an increase in seller volume, trying to push it into the 10-minute candle increase in seller volume. Looks like it's going to get it with 2 minutes left. We're just going to make sure bulls don't come in here at the end of the 10-minute candle and try to push it back up. But yeah, like Josh has mentioned, bears are getting some strength.
Good stuff, David. Glad to see you paying attention, man. You deserve it.
Apple's at the pre-market low. Microsoft's getting closer towards yesterday low, leading us down. Google trying to crack pre-market low. Meta's holding up a little bit better. Nvidia is close to its pre-market low after that impressive opening. That's not good for us. Banks are rejecting a little bit. UNH not doing too much.
Looks like Kindred was in Tesla puts too, so everybody in our chat was in puts to some extent. Good stuff. With reasoning too, that's what I'm proud about. I don't really care that people in my chat are doing good on trades. What I care about is that they're doing good on trades with reasoning. They're finding reasons to like the chart. They're not just randomly saying, I like it. I like that it's going to fall. Looks bearish. Looks bullish. No, they're finding reasons to say these things. Then they're applying that confidence, getting either the loss or the win afterwards, and then moving on from it. Good job, Mel. Trade results kind of messed up on that first cut, but still happy with the trade B. Awesome, man. I'll check it out here. And yeah, guys, again, please lead by example if you're going to be in my server. Do not just, Mel, don't, make sure later you do post your actual trade. I know you do later, but I'm going to use you as an example. Don't just post like this, guys. Post a gain, that's all. I don't care. That's great. But post the chart, the reasoning, because again, that is the more important part of the chart, regardless of the win or the loss. Oh, I'm way off. Whoops. Spy under Friday high sold at today's open for about 15%. So he liked the breakdown. Again, if you go back to my chart, what did we talk about? Talked about the breakdown back under the previous day high supply. What did Devontae do? Previous day high supply. Tested it, rejected, broke back under. He got it at probably the most passive part of the chart that you could have on the 1 minute here. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful trade, Devontae. Probably trade of the day, to be honest. Took a very small win, sizing down on my live to bring my consistency from paper to live. Saw this lead test and got an amazing entry, but cut way too early. Never broke structure, so never had a reason to exit. Very proud of my re-entry, though. Alright, I like the entrance. That's a good enter there. I could see why you struggled there, though. Well, I was going to say you hesitated. You should not have cut this. which you know just as well as I. But like you just said, I do like the fact that you had the confidence to re-enter. You didn't just move on from this chart. And even if you had, you know, in terms of your live account, it would have been good to watch this regardless afterwards, just to see what happens, the lead test, all that good stuff. And look at that. You had perfect structure right there. You ended up drawing a better fib, and then you got the massive sell-off from there. So I'm very, very happy for you. I'd maybe ask why you didn't sell here, but again, I don't really care. I'm happy that you got a good move out of that. With reasoning. Again, more important part of that chart. Good job, though, peoples. Thank you, Mel. See, this, I knew he was going to post it after, but I wanted to use him as an example. Good job, Mel. Whoops. Not laughing emoji. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you. Good job, though, guys. Seriously. I really am proud about y'all's posts lately. I'm glad to look into chat and not see people going, who caught my play? Who did this? Or posting big gains and saying, who did this? Who did that? I'm glad to see you guys patting each other on the back, posting why you liked it, why you didn't like it. Well, anything else, you know, anything outside of that. I love to see you guys posting the facts of your chart. Again, we're not looking to make trading look easy or to make people think, oh, look, guys, look at us. We're fancy making all this money. Like, we're not trying to be like that. Nobody wants to be like that. So let's be mature about these things. Keep leading by example. Posting your reasoning. But shout out to Mel, shout out to people, shout out to Devontae, shout out to everybody who has posted in that results channel already. Thank you guys for providing value to not just yourself, but to others. You guys have no idea how many people probably read that stuff and things start to click for them. Just because you posted a simple breakdown of what you liked about your trade. Oceanic Space. This song has to go hard. First 30-minute candle of the day. Slightly indecisive, but rejecting previous day high supply. So a little bit more bearish than just saying indecisive, but why I say slightly indecisive is the size of the legs on both sides. Showing me indecision. I also don't think I'd be shocked if here on the 1 minute you can see it very easy. You can't see it as well here on the 1 minute or 5 minute or 30 minute, but here on the 1 minute you can see it clear as day. If they do come back up, where do you think they want to try to retest? Today's open / this recent low that we had right here. So I'm kind of eyeballing this area here between the open and the low of that move right here to see, do they go retest this? Do they reject it? I'm not marking it, but just visually speaking, that is what I'm looking at. They can retest that. This is still in bearish control with more probability for downside. If they can break over that, it kind of skews that probability a little bit, and really anything could happen. Chop could happen, ranging could happen, and then we'll have to wait for more information on the chart to make it a little bit more appealing for any side. Make sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys are enjoying some of the updates, some of the plays, some of the info. Me and Devin do not market. We do not promote. We just work our ass off, and everybody joins in. That is it. Our members are not members. Our members are leaders.
On that 1 minute price action right now, on Josh's screen, we got the nice sell-off candle with a nice wick. Then we got a little small hammer, and now we got the hammer with confirmation coming in. Or is that on the 5 minute? My bad. That's 5 minute.
Oh,
right there on the right.
Oh, yeah, that's the 5 minute. Sorry.
But yeah, so it's got a nice little, had the seller, then they came, it pushed through the bigger time frame level looking like they were going to push us down, and they faked some people out, and now they signaled that they're taking us up to retest with a short-term price action like Josh already mentioned. But that's how you can kind of manage that with your candlesticks, is that hammer, and there's your confirmation. And now, chat, where would you put your stop loss if you took that trade right above 456.94 to go take it to that retest and potentially take out that high, if that was the setup you were going to take?
Round of applause, everybody.
Yeah, where would you put your stop loss at?
What's a stop loss?
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about, bro? You keep saying stop loss. TOS doesn't have this, dude. You're pissing me off. So some people act.
Is that what they call it?
You keep saying stop. Close my trade out. What are you talking about? It has a
What does that
chance,
mean?
bro. My theta's only 1,009. You're tripping. But no, good talks though. I mean, being able to understand what are the candlesticks. I mean, because candlesticks are information. They're telling us what's on the chart. The levels. We know the levels work. They're not the fault. We are. We're the humans with the errors. We just have to navigate better. And something I posted in our Discord today, something you could practice, is trend navigation. Point out your high of day, point out your low of day. And in between that, try to tell the story of the chart. Where are the higher lows? Where are the lower highs? Point out the trend. Talk about it 1 point at a time. Of course, all in one, it's overwhelming. But step by step, telling the story to your chart, reading out loud to yourself when you're going left to right across the screen, it's very helpful. Yeah, Webull screwed me over. That's another famous complaint / excuse by people who just don't understand what they're doing. Cat, new high of day. Great call out by D-Touch. Caterpillar.
And Netflix about to make a new high day as well, and the video coming up off a pre-market low. Netflix about to make the new high a day on the 10-minute with increasing volume, so that's something to keep an eye out for.
Oh my god, my keyboard's messing me up.
It's like 439.20, next area of interest.
Netflix really went all the way to 435. Massive move by them, man. God, I talked about them especially because that's just one of those charts that people always like ignore, and then it does the craziest moves. Like look at Tesla. Tesla's so clean. Nasty pullback under the previous day high supply and the previous day close. Good retest of both. They've now dropped all the way to the mentioned area of 263.90, 264.50s, and getting those same wick ups that Devin was just breaking down on SPY. You can see it's happening here on Tesla as well. So short-term base build is already happening on Tesla. And again, from where? From an actual spot, an actual good spot of supply or demand. In this case, one of the higher lows of previous day.
Area of interest.
Yeah, AOI, area of interest. You may also hear that as well. Ooh, good job, Sandollar, posting your review as well. Thank you for that. Very quick and clean. 37%, dude. Good job. My Discord is freezing. Oh my god. My Discord's getting hacked. The Russians finally got to me. Devin?
Yeah.
Okay, I just had to say hi because my Discord was having a seizure attack.
So far, SPY is still trying to grind up off the bottom. Still below the 9 on the 5-minute.
Good gains by Rambo. Also wanted to go back over Sandollar's trade review. Good quick in and out. 37% on the 2-minute chart. Good job, Sandollar. Love giving the credit where it's due when it comes to my members, because I know how hard some of these people work. Shit's not easy. Nvidia is now slowly grinding back up and around the 50% fib. Good call out by Darren. AMD building base around 113 on the 1 minute. Good call out Zato. Careful with that one, Mikey. That one's been rallying off of Catalyst. You said potential buy the dip retest area. No. They made a good low, made a new low. They don't have a true base yet on the 5 at least. I don't know what time frame you're looking at, but the 5 does not show. Today's open is really the big important level for them too, because they've really just taken, I mean, you could be seeing take profit action, to be fair, because again, why I said it's important to remind yourself of the bigger time frame. You gotta remember this chart is up. It's not just making good bullish momentum now. I mean, it's had this is what I'm essentially getting at. So I'm not saying it can't move up higher. I'm just saying be weary of that. But today's open could be a good in-between pivot point you could watch, because you can see they sold off under it, couldn't get the move off. Got back above it, couldn't get a move off. Broke it again, couldn't get a move off. So clearly today's open is where they're jump roping it. Very clear.
Yeah. I'd also say Neo's kind of in the category of stock that, it's not a great stock. So you're going to see those crazy movements. And when it decides to turn direction and come back down to the downside, it's just not going to, it's going to be ugly. It might wipe out 3 or 4 or 5 days of green in one day, just because of how volatile it is and overhead supply. And
but good looks though on Neo, because it is a good momentum builder to look at right now. China EV with the whole China restructuring, of course, a lot of Chinese tech getting a lot more movement. AMD caution earnings will be reported after market close on Tuesday. Yes, Neo. Also, great name. Who this? It's a good name. Short and sweet. Yeah, watch AMD 113.40. That's a good level from previous day open. Snow holding a fib from the initial push up. Good call out by React. He's looking at a bullish retest on Snow. Good looks. No problem, Mikey. Yeah, I wasn't trying to sway you away from being bullish or bearish. I just wanted to show you Neo has been killing it. It's not like this will be the first, breakout. But I also wanted to give you a reason too. They're not just moving because of their own self. They're moving basically off of China news. A lot of Chinese stocks have been killing it recently. Possible bearish retest on Meta to the downside from today's open. Good lower high on the 5 minute. Go back to my flexible grid real quick. Netflix still holding higher as well, and I saw Google was just sitting moderately, so comm sector is all over the place. They're basically giving us a range touch. They hit top, hit bottom. We're in between now. We'll see what we can get outside of this as they battle today's open still. Looks to be a trend on a lot of these charts today. Good morning, Ace. Always happy to see your name. What's up, Jazz? You're a great person in our community. Good job, Gorov on UPST. Let's see. What's going on, Jazz? Pretty good, just kind of watching SPY. We've seen a good push up. We've seen really the only good play I've seen is the breakdown that we had when we had the lower high and they closed under 457.67. Here on this 1 minute candle is exactly what I'm looking at. This is the only passive trade I've seen so far today. We've seen a good higher low base build here from not a crazy area, pushed into a good resistance. Again, we're kind of watching the today's open as well as the previous day high supply, so they're not really out of the waters yet. But we have seen one really good passive move so far on the 1 minute. 5 minute also gave off a pretty good signal here. Besides that, I haven't really seen anything that looks good, which was called out by a lot of people in chat. I'm not going to sit here and take other people's credit. But from the high breakdown, though, here on the 1 minute, you can see even without drawing a fib, though, without drawing this, you could still be seeing a lead test form if they reject previous day high supply. That is more of a concern than any fib that I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm curious though of that though. What are we looking at? So here on the 5 minute, we can draw our fib because we've broken a good support. Really big massive move happened. So now you can see what fib are we at. We're above the control point, but we're under the golden pocket. So we're in a gray zone. Don't touch. Look for bearish candlestick patterns against that yellow line on the 1 minute. You draw it on the 5 minute. You look at it on the 1. So you want to see good bearish candlesticks pop up against this resistance, or to push them outside of these two areas here. And this will give you a good, or this will give you more confidence and confirmation for possible bearish movement to the downside from this previous day high supply. You can click the link in the bio. Beast reacts. I'll go update it right now to make sure it works, but it should be fine. But link in the bio of the Discord, or of the YouTube. I can't speak English. Nope, the link should be fine. I see it now. Is there a scratch pad game plan? No, not on my screen at the moment, but we have gone over one from pre-market prep, and I posted it in this channel today. Because everybody should have access to this. Whether you're a YouTube member or someone in my Discord chat, you have access to this. But basically, we talked about what we were looking at beforehand, Ace. What we're looking out for there. At that time, it was look above 458.32 or a hold of previous day high supply. Market opens, we end up getting the lower open under that previous day high supply. So we basically just range traded, rejected it. Really good bearish setup there, but then they invalidated it, kept us under 458.32, which was what we were looking at for more bullish control towards that next area. And then we saw them range trade, try to hold it as a bull flag. Couldn't get at that new high of day. Got the lower high, broke back down, and now we're looking at a possible retest of previous day high supply to bring them back down towards 456.50s mainly. Which really it's 457s, but we'll see. So pretty choppy open, but pretty easy to navigate if you just, again, start from the left, talk about what's happened, break it down, and then get to this point where it's like, all right, now this is what I need to be looking at next. What is that next? Well, we're looking at either bulls to invalidate this area, get over that previous day high supply, or you're going to see another nasty setup here pop up, and bears are going to take us right back down to low of day. Good job, Peoples and Deuce. I was about to say, did y'all just post the same thing twice? But then I looked more, and it's two different people. But they're looking at the exact same thing. Yo, John G. John G gifted a Bueller Trading membership from YouTube, and React got it. One of the people that were actually here. Wow. Nox just punching a wall right now.
Why can't I win?
Where do I turn on gifted memberships? Good call out, B. AMD rejecting previous day open so far at 113.40. Thank you. Appreciate that. The song does not sound like it's supposed to be in this playlist. Oh, your other trial just ran out? You've been gifted twice now? That's good. How has it been, though? Seriously, React, you're someone you've now gotten it a second time. How is it? You know, have you taken time to go through it? Is there any of the content you like? Is there anything you don't like? When it comes to YouTube content, less is more for me, but I try to only put out content that is good, but also content we actually use. I'm not going to go over... I mean, you're never going to see me talk about indicators I don't ever use or read or understand. It's actually great. I was confused when it ran out, because Hello went away. Oh, okay, yeah, that would be a little confusing. You're like sitting there thinking I'm doing it to you. I deleted them all. That's pretty funny, though. I'm glad you like it, man. Seriously, it means the world to me. Some of my best content are in those videos. Waiting for the next setup. VLO and ABBV are not doing what I want. Still on my watch. Lead test is in play right now. This is all from Daffy on the trade floor. And now we're seeing, is the lead test in play and we're about to reject? Or are they about to invalidate this and pump us over previous day high supply? I'm gonna remove the fib, guys, because we're basically just watching previous day high supply, like I said. But also because it's very hard to read in the 30-minute.
Got 5 minutes left in this 30-minute candle.
I like it too. Love paying it forward. You're a real one, John. Shout everybody, round of applause for John G. Did not have to gift that membership. I appreciate you, man. I know React appreciates it. React is one of our super active members, so I know he'll put it to good use. Most sectors are slightly green, posted by Daffy on the trade floor and Discord. Posted every sector, not just the S&P.
UNH is starting to get going after going sideways for the first good part of the day to the F side. Berk B coming back up off a pre-market low. JPM's been holding sideways since his first initial move. Times with Meta and Google ain't doing too much. Netflix still holding up. Qs are pretty sideways, just like SPY. Hurry up and wait.
Be sure to drop a like on the stream if you guys enjoyed some of the updates, information, and any of the conversations we've had in here. Possible 3-bar in the 15-minute on AMD. Could call it by Zaytoven. That candle should have 2 more minutes, or about a minute and a half. He said April Fool's 3-bar in the 15-minute turning into a piercing line. April Fool's, and we're not in April.
It's not. Joke's on you.
A lot of consolidation on a lot of these charts now. This definitely gives a lot of potential for really, really big moves leading into lunchtime, and if that doesn't happen, could definitely see some good moves by end of day. Still battling this previous day high supply though. That is definitely nothing has changed, even if we have popped over the golden pocket by a couple cents. Previous day high supply is more important. Well, after doing it for multiple weeks, do you guys like to have the chat here, or did you like it when I had my scratch pad here with all my notes at the bottom left of the screen? Which one do you guys prefer, seeing the chat or seeing a scratch pad? Again, the scratch pad is just where I put notes. But since we've had both for a long time now, I thought I'd ask so we could see which one you guys actually prefer. Well, Ace, you led a revolution and you won. Ace, you were probably the first person to say it. I was glad you did, because I was like, I feel like I haven't seen anybody comment on it, which one was better or not, so I'm glad you said that. We'll go back to Scratchpad. I mean, I'm here for y'all. You know, I don't care either way. Here, I'll transfer some notes over.
Copy paste.
I wish you could do, like, tiny pictures that were like, easy to read. I won't post Tesla Netflix, those have already kind of panned out. But I'll leave the SPY TA up there. After open. Here, I'll do this. We'll do... before open. There we go, do that. I don't know what the song is, but it's going hard. Alright, well, Ace won. You win, Ace.
Ace is a winner.
I like the scratch pad a little more, I think, too. We'll do it on Kick, Donde. I can't do it on YouTube. Now, only if I could win in the stock market. Here, here. Here, here. Pour that man another horn of ale. Rejecting previous day high supply, as expected. So weird not having a super loud keyboard.
Just slam a little harder.
The keys have like padding under them or something. Because I did try slamming it the other day. I was like cleaning it and I was hitting it really hard. And I was like, yeah, I can't make any noise. I'd have to like punch my desk to make the noise. Pull out my old keyboard that's unplugged and start typing on it at the same time.
There's rejection here.
I was going to say, good review of the SPY chart so far on the day by Sanddollar on the YouTube chat. Good breakdown. He said, SPY just doing its typical retest, liquidity grab, flush fake, fake pump up, rumperoni Monday morning. Romperoni. Sorry, I got one word wrong. You know, just the usual romperoni. This happens all the time. Daffy, I'll pull up the 15 here so people can see what you were just breaking down. But he likes that this move here has lowering volume. I'll just show his Discord chart. But he likes it that we have weak buyer volume leading into resistance. Very good breakdown by Daffy. And as he said just now, let's see if we can actually get a new low of day. Got a good retest. Can they make it to here and make a new low of day? Or are they just going to keep us in the range of this recently made low and this strong retest move hitting the previous day high supply? Very good breakdown. And thank you guys for over 55 likes on the stream. That does mean a lot to me. Thank you. It helps out the channel a ton. And honestly, it just makes it easier for people to see the channel. Because there's always people who are like, unless they get the notification, they don't see the stream. And that's what likes do. They help make the video more available to people who are subscribed. Who are normally looking up channels like this. So the more you like it, the more people who are already here see it easier. So it does help other people out that are around you. Seeing some wicking up on the 1 minute here. You got a couple candles in a row now. 5 minutes finally collecting its first green candle after that rejection. We'll see if this is just going to be a short-term rejection to bring us down further, or if they are actually going to try to invalidate over the next, I don't know, 30 minutes to 2 hours probably. They would need a little bit of time to base out of that. It couldn't just randomly reverse. That's why I really don't get too worried when random reversals or big parabolic moves happen, because it's like, whatever, I didn't have it in my sights. I'm not going to sit here and complain about it. I lied, took a trade off of the 786 retrace in the zone for a quick short scalp, added 1.87 to the account, may be done for the day now. That's a really nice gain though, Ace. Again, guys, he's not saying he made 2% on the trade. His account grew by almost 2%. That's really good. And yeah, Ace, you know, if you feel like there's another good one there in front of you, take it. If there isn't, and you feel a little uneasy, or you feel like you don't want to put yourself at risk, then mental trade it, you know? And if you feel you can't control yourself at all, walk away from the screen. Get out of my stream. Good advice for anybody here, not just Ace. Problem is that I am working and trading never a good combo. It isn't, but you need to find balance. Without balance, you will find yourself in very uneasy spots in life. Not only in trading, but at your work, you know? Let's say work ends up getting into a shitty trade. You take a bad loss. You blame work for it. Now you're going to have an even shittier day at work the rest of your day. So it's just, you know, try to find a balance and then move off of that. But don't think you need to trade every day or trade every move, you know? I know you know this, Ace, but I like to reiterate it because I care about you. I don't want you to come in here one day and have a shitty day. Did you ever make money off AMC that you were talking about before it popped? I did actually, but, and I'll be honest with you, I took profits early. I was looking at this and I was like, man, why did I even post this in chat? This is stupid. And I took profits. I took profits the literal day before that weekend. I took profits on that Friday. That Monday popped up and they had been up after hours. And I was like, wow, of course. So I was happy to not have lost money on this stock. But at least it still did everything I said it was going to do. So I guess you can do TA on AMC if you have good TA. But basically it just went from recent demand to recent supply. That's all that move did with that catalyst. They're already back down to a slightly bullish retest holding 460. So I did make money to answer your question. But it wasn't, I mean, it was like 16 bucks or something. It wasn't anything crazy. But yeah, pretty funny that signal did actually work out if anybody took it. I don't typically call out AMC as the joke. I've always been pretty stern against those. I don't like you guys looking at these. I see all of them as a waste of your time and energy. I really do value y'all's time and energy a lot more than looking at AMC or GameStop. Can these stocks make you money? Can they move? Yeah, of course, anything can. Should you be looking at those, though? No, because in my personal opinion, they won't be as high probability as if you looking at anything else. You know, you could look at just healthcare and get better moves, you know. I just don't see the point in locking yourself into full-on gamba mode looking at just GameStop, AMC, and all of these companies. Take your bias out of it. Look at the chart. You'll agree with me. Has nothing to do with me hating or anything on the companies. Balance is very important. Like a pie in your life is a set of slices: family, work, spiritual, relaxing, personal time, friends, personal growth, etc. 100% $100 I agree. It's good because then you don't have one pulling on the other. You could buy about 8 McChickens with them gains. Shit, maybe a couple years ago.
Get one now.
I could maybe buy half of a used McChicken. Good looks. Who this? We're talking about UNH again. I actually have them pretty charted because we've gone over UNH, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Target, Costco. I've gone over these a million times with everybody in here. UNH is no different. This is probably my favorite healthcare ticker by far. They just get such good movement. They consolidate for long periods of time, but they give such good moves. It's crazy. I mean, they move like $100, $200 sometimes at a time. Look at this chart right here from this bounce, 445 up to 513. That's crazy. Used. You caught that. But what I have here based on my TA, actually I can delete this fib, I don't need it, is that they did a full retracement. They got a bullish kicker. So basically you need to be doing your TA from this kicker now, because this is where pressure came from, up to the high before the slowdown, which didn't happen up until here. They've now gone up to it a second time, rejected, but are holding a good short-term level. So it's pretty much in a don't touch me state here in terms of swing trading. But it does have decent probability here as long as they hold 500 for more upside. So good short-term upside, yes, but I would love to see more consolidation here to get better confidence in this chart for more moves. And if we do ever get a break of 500 or 498.50s, that is what will probably help this chart come back down to the mid 480s. But again, this could all happen over the course of a week, a month, 3 months. We all know damn well UNH moves very slow. But once they get moving, you can't stop them. Kind of like Costco, another beast that we talked about in here. They finally hit their final target from what we talked about. We talked about how to trade trend changes. You can see there was a downtrend. They broke it. What do you aim for? We went over this chart multiple times talking about resistances you can aim for from the past. Talked about this a couple weeks ago, actually. So it's nice to see it actually be fulfilled and hit 570s. But yeah, we definitely go over our fair share of bigger time frame TA in here. DG's another one. This one still looks good, to be honest. We're just not in again yet. But still watching that one. Still watching Dollar Tree. Still watching John Deere. This one actually looks good. I was going to say last week it looks good for shorts, but I don't even want to bother shorting it. I'm just going to wait till it's in a better spot again, and then we'll try to pick up some more longs on it. I only had that one trade on it this year. And I think that's it in terms of swings. I think I have a couple others like Snow I talked about. If they could just keep rejecting this, they could move off of it. They did it once, failing to do it again. Shop. Nothing new there. Pen is one that I like from the bigger time frames. The weekly and the monthly both have good historical price action in this area in the lower 20s. I like that one a lot. I like CLF. I just can't get a good spot on this to get me into a new play. Very cheap too, so I'm going to enjoy trading that one. AVGO, one of my friends posted this. I just kind of been watching it ever since. Anything else? Coin is another big one we talked about a few times. They were about to give themselves one of the nastiest signals ever for a pullback and are now getting a fake out. So I do believe you'll probably get your pullback now because they've faked people out, trapped people. Now they have the liquidity to pull away again. So you probably will see them pull away from 99.50s to the downside. If they break this low, look to see if we test 85 again, where that 3-bar play came in at. And if this isn't a fake out, they end up pumping this again. Look for a continued hold between 95 and 100 for this to reach the mid 110 again. So, see if that happens or not. I remember Knoxdown, a few people talked about longs for Boeing. I know a few people talked about being bullish on China. I personally broke down the bigger time frames for energy. I loved that two of the biggest energy weights in the XLE sector, because everyone always calls out XLE, but they don't ever look inside the folder and say, look, these are the two top weights. By far, the top weights are Chevron and ExxonMobil, and both of those have been moving slowly out of, let me go back to it, slowly out of weekly demand and monthly TA routine levels. So these have been doing nothing but holding support and just bouncing off of these over and over again. So I think very soon you're going to start seeing extended moves off of those supports. But we'll have to see. You already kind of are seeing that on Chevron. Exxon a little less than so, but you can see they have the same potential and consolidation built up around those supports from, again, weekly demand. But yeah, hope you enjoy some of those bigger time frame breakdowns. I'm going to go back to SPY. Sorry for talking y'all's ear off. I saw him talking about bigger time frames. It got me kind of excited because I've been enjoying a lot of the bigger time frame TA. Oh, mouthful. And yeah, since me talking too much, we did pull away once. We got some wick ups that came back up, made a lower high again. Now we're seeing, is this lower high going to be validated? We pull away from it, or are they going to pump in and validate this move? 30-minute, very indecisive. 5-minute, also indecisive. 1 minute, we can see we're just fighting under resistance right now. Indecisive because, yes, we are under resistance, but we've held good supports and are now making higher lows of those supports. So you really are in a 50-50 scenario right now, with the focus again on the blue area. Not another lower high. You do have to remember, we broke that support. So I know I said we're 50-50, but it's really like 49-51, like 51 being bears are in control, but it's only ever so slightly. I wouldn't be sitting here just dropping heavy amounts into puts right here just because the 1 minute looks really good. Yeah, but you got to look at the 5 minute too. You got to look at the 30-minute. These are both building higher lows with wicks underneath. It's not like they're just holding higher lows. They have wicks there. So it's not the strongest bearish signal. Are we rejecting resistance? Yes. Do we have higher lows? Yes. Without even drawing, I can tell you we're inside of a symmetrical squeeze. Most sectors still green except for the healthcare sector. Daffy said, so that might be a bull trap or bears building base. Yes, exactly. I like how Daffy broke that down. Volume is not there yet. Google. I gotta go to the chart for that one. Oh, nice. Instantly, my eyes lock onto this right here. I lock onto this demand from previous day, the higher low. So you can see they are bouncing from a solid area too, building higher lows off of that. Beautiful, beautiful chart. My eyes instantly locked onto that higher low from yesterday. Or yes, I say yesterday, but Friday. I live in the stock market, so yesterday is Friday to me.
The weekends aren't real.
Those in-between days. See if we get one more move before I end the stream here. We are getting a lot of lower highs against good resistance, so should get a flush from here as long as we don't get a push over 457.80s. That is essentially the game plan right now.
Netflix getting closer towards that last target. Still a couple dollars away, but still making new highs. Just at 437. $2 over 435. The McGinley.
The McGinley dynamic. And how's everybody in the stream? How are you guys doing? Who's all still alive? Hopefully you guys understand the game plan in front of us. A lot of the simple breakdowns. Chilling, losing money, chilling fam. What's up, Cam? What's up, Teresa? What's up, SF? Yeah, not trusting either side right now. I agree with that, Daffy. And that's why you always see me hit this with a non-biased point of view. There are great points you could make about this chart that are bearish. There are also great points you could make about this chart that are bullish. As I've been stating the last 30-40 minutes. I mean, it's pretty much just 50-50 here. That's why I'm not saying anybody's wrong, because you guys are right. There are great points to why this looks good for more downside, the many rejections of previous day high supply, but we also have higher lows, again, adding more confidence to the buyers. So It really is 50-50 as we approach this resistance. I would say I'm probably a hair more bearish than I am bullish, but only ever so slightly. It's nothing to put me into anything new. We already took that trade with Daffy earlier, so don't really need to sit here and put myself at risk again when I don't like it. So what can I do on this? Knowing that I don't feel easy enough to take a trade, I've already taken one. I don't need to put myself at more risk. What is something I can do, guys? What is the greatest piece of advice you can give me? Me wanting to take this move, but I don't want to actually put myself at risk. What can I do? Mental trade. Thank you, peoples. I can mental trade. I can talk about what's going on, write it down, put it in my notes, just kind of think about it, let it happen, let it play out, and then review it. Validate to see what I talked about, see if it happened, see if it didn't happen, see if something went wrong. What is mental? Da-na-na-na-na-na. So you guys see why I say I'm slightly more bearish, but you can see why there are great points to why we shouldn't touch this. Slightly more bearish because we have validated bears. We've broken support. We've rejected supply. So yes, in terms of where are we going, yes, we are bearish. But it's with a parameter. We are bearish unless we break over 457.80. 457.78 if you want to be to the exact cent. But 457.80 is essentially the psychological level of resistance that is holding us here. Going mental watching this ping pong match? Yeah, same. If I ended stream, it would break out. I promise you.
Typically how it goes.
I'll end stream within 10 minutes. This chart's moving. Nobody can reply to me ending stream because they're too busy looking at the chart breaking out finally. I don't blame them. Alright guys, so I think I am going to end stream here. I'm going to go test out my kick stream now. Just see if that works. Catch a lot more updates in the Discord if you guys are in there. If you guys are not, please check on the link in the bio of the YouTube. We are bearish ever so slightly as long as we stay under 457.80 moving into the rest of today, of course. Now this could change, of course, if we pull away from it and, you know, we start basing out, then of course that information isn't good then. That information is just good for now and probably 10, 20, 30 minutes from now. So just keep that in mind. Previous day high supply is the key area to watch for point of control. I will see you guys tomorrow in the stream. Or no, Devin will be in the stream tomorrow on Kick and Discord. So we'll have that. Sorry, I'm like all over the place. So I'll make sure all the links and information is posted. You guys understand where to go, where to look, all that good stuff. We'll have all of that posted, so don't worry about that. But I will see you guys later on. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Devin, if you have anything else to say.
Nope. See you guys tomorrow.
Thank you guys.